guys, to the Hobart Commuter. Just a short trip today, just coming down through North Hobart at the moment. Just going into the hospital, so not going very far today. So for reasons I won't bore you with, I'm riding my wife's bike today. It's a very different bike, it's much smaller, and it's kind of got, I think it's kind of made of carbon fibre. It's so light. It reminds me of how heavy my bike is. Like, it's as if my bike's from like the Soviet era or something, like a tank. But I feel stable and secure on my bike. This not so much. It feels very flimsy beneath me. It feels like I just swim through the roads. It's quite nice. So what I'm going to do today is just take you down through Campbell Street. Now Campbell is something very interesting piece of bicycle infrastructure on Campbell Street. In order to prepare for this road though, I do need to get into the other lane, so just make sure that we do that. Campbell Street will be one of the main kind of arterial bike roads into Hobart. So Bicycle Tasmania, they're a good lobby group, and they've got a plan working in conjunction with the council to basically make arterial roads, so highways for bikes to come into the city, designated routes. And one of them is coming up here on our right, so we're gonna turn right in about 100 metres, and one of the arterial roads. Now the problem is, it's a very half-hearted effort at the moment, and a very strange effort. I'm going to return to it on a number of occasions, I think, because I won't have the ability to say all that I want to say about it in one stretch. So essentially, I mean, it'll become clear what I'm talking about when I approach it. But in my limited dealings with sort of project work in the business world, I understand. So here's the beginning of the bike lane, so we'll just jump in that, which is very nice. Can't turn my nose up at a bike lane. Designated safe space for us cyclists. So what happens is, sometimes you just have to work within your means of the budget, and you have to as well take the opportunity when you can get it, because funding, it's limited. It's only available at certain times, and it runs out or it gets retracted if you do not use it. So I think they've had the means to put this bike lane in, which is great. But then what happens is, up the road here, it's as if they ran out of money and they could no longer afford to use the bike lane. So let me show you what I mean. So we're coming up here and still moving very happily and very contentedly in the bike lane. And then when you hit the intersection between Campbell and Brisbane, this is it. This is the end of the bike lane. It just stops. So now you've got to share the road with cars. It's not too much of a drama. I'm coming into work a little bit late today. I had to run an errand before work, so this is not the kind of peak morning hour traffic we're looking at here. But now the bike lane ends. Now the issue for me is, I'm actually going to be turning right to get to the hospital this morning. But normally what you'd be doing, most of the time on a bike, I feel a bit wrong being on the right hand side of the road. I'm more comfortable on the left for some reason, and I normally I want to be on the left. So when that bike lane runs out, I have to think about getting over the left. So that's 2 lanes of traffic that I have to get over. In any case, not today. We are going to stay in the right. That didn't sound good. And then we're gonna turn right here actually and get onto the hospital. Oh, dicey. See, for all my complaining about these bike lanes, they do legitimise your movement up the side corridor. It almost signals to cars and pedestrians that you have a right to be on the road. So if you ask anyone in the street of their opinion on the Royal Hobart Hospital, it probably won't be that favourable. Unfortunately, it hasn't got a very good rap. I guess like most hospitals, thanks buddy, like most hospitals, there's a chronic shortage of beds and that sort of thing. It's just the nature of the health system, I think. It's under increasing strain with an elderly population and so on. But you know what's awesome about the hospital, especially the Royal Hobart? They've got heaps of bike parking. Heaps of options to bike park. It's like they're setting the standard for other businesses. I know that's a minor thing, like in the scheme of planning a hospital building. So there's a lot to consider in obviously creating a hospital and the quality of the hospital. But from a very sort of niche point of view of a bike rider, having places to park your bike is a big thing. So it shows that you value a very healthy form of transport. So you can see there the bike parking on the right hand side, and it's undercover as well, which is just gorgeous. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dismount and get off our bike. Dismount and get off our bike. There's a tautology for you. And we're going to just see if we can find a nice place to park. Bicycles prohibited in this area. Okay. Oh well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.